Brooklyn, Thirstin Howl the third, yeah. Dane, OG strike.
Count the other arm now, nigga. Sheepskins and bombers up and down the block.
What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker here on Unique Access Entertainment. As always, please hit that subscribe button, like our content, share it, talk about it, be about it, each one teach one. And we appreciate your guys' support. And please hit that subscribe button, like the content, share it, let everybody know about Unique Access Entertainment. Now today, we have the honor and the privilege of being joined by Thirstin Howl III. Thank you for coming through, sir.
Thank you for having me on here. You know?
Yes, very excited. Shout out to Dane for connecting us. And I was excited and surprised to see you guys had put out the OG Stripes Chapter 2 early here in 2021, even though that song is a little bit older. So what made you guys come up with that video now?
I just recently did some work with an artist who does those lyric videos and stuff, and he offered to make my trilogy of the OG Stripes songs as videos. So, you know, I definitely took him up on it. And I mean, you know, right now I have an extensive catalog. So I pull from any song in my catalog when I want to make a video. It doesn't have to be from a new project. So I do that in order to keep the catalog alive. So I constantly pull an old song out of the catalog. I'm always making a video, and, you know, just to make it something fresh to the world. It's brand new once again. A lot of people never even heard the song, you know, to begin with.
Yeah, because that song is from Skilletary, which I think was like 2004. So
yeah.
That it was a long time ago, but the great thing about it is seeing the video and rehearing the song with the video now. Not only was the song ahead of its time because of the nostalgia aspect of it, but paying homage to all the great artists that you guys do, I think is as important in 2021 as it was back in 2004. So
yeah, it's even more important now. You know, a lot of people again not knowing the history of this. So, you know, them songs are gonna forever be timeless, man. They'll be used as history tools and, you know, instructions and guidance of teaching the past, man. That's what I felt about the song all the way.
Yeah, and I like too that it was good that you guys didn't just focus on the rappers. It was about a lot of the different elements and different people around, you know, flyers and different venues and different things. So it wasn't just, oh, these rappers. So
about the always, man. It's never about just the rap. Especially for me, you know, I lived every element of the culture. So everything I bring is always every element of the culture.
Right. And why is that so important to you?
I mean, it's just natural. It's not even that it's important. It's just the way it comes out, man. I have no control over that.
Right. Okay. So given, taking it back now, back, given that the low lives and all the different stuff that you were doing on the fashion business side of things, what drew you to that lifestyle and that career early on?
Which career was that?
The low life.
You know, I mean, just being a product of the environment, man. You know, it was what was going on in my neighborhood. It was the end thing. It was the, you know, it was just the camaraderie of what your friends were doing. You were just doing things together, you know. A lot of that came from that. But, you know, the whole fashion aspect, you know, that happened way before low lives, man. There was always a low life style of fashion with all the hip hop fashions, you know. It didn't begin with polo. We was doing the B-boy style from early on, from the Adidas, from the Pumas, and, you know, and all that other stuff, even from the Bally's like Dane would do, you know. So it was always about the evolution of the hip hop fashion and things. That's what came to be low lives.
And with fashion in particular, some people gravitate toward it more than others. But for you, what was it about clothing or style or fashion that really registered with you?
I think it was the respect that came with it, you know, the looking good. And then the girls, man. Who didn't like the girls, man? That's what it was all about at one point. you were looking good for the girls, not the guys, you know? Dudes be getting dressed to impress other dudes, and we was just looking good so the girls could like us. But once again, products of our environment, man. It was things that was going on within our world, and these were also competitive things that we competed against each other doing. So that's what made us so great at it. You know, you had competition right on your block and in your face. So it was fun, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was, I guess in our era or around our times or whatever, it was always interesting, especially the color coordination, because I think we've lost, I don't see that as much with kids because it seems like they're more do whatever as opposed to us having like sets of stuff or like, you know, certain things that would really, really match all the way from head to toe.
Mhm.
Do you remember that kind of phasing out? And if so, why do you think that that kind of went away?
Um, I wouldn't say it phased out. It just is not as popular with the younger generation because the other generation still try to match everything from head to toe. You know, I mean, they got the right to translate the fashion the way they feel, you know, which I respect. You know, I think it's all about having mismatched prints at this point, you know, like the weirder your outfit is, the cooler it is. That's what's going on nowadays. But, you know, with all due respect, man, let them do what they do. It's their time. So we don't have to understand it the same way they didn't understand when we were doing our thing, you know, the older generation. So I could relate.
Yeah, everything is just different. That's all.
Yep.
Not better or worse. And
Well,
with also with different times, I think it was through the Unsigned Hype, I think was when I first heard of you. Um, so with the source, and I wanted you to explain how that exposure and that notoriety affected uh, not only how you were perceived, but your next few moves and what you did.
well, the unsigned hype story is a crazy one, man, because the day I got the unsigned hype, I was demo shopping in New York City. I was probably going to every record label that I had on my list that day. And, you know, I dropped everybody a package. So I remember going up to the source and asking the receptionist, you know, who does the unsigned hype column? And she told me the guy's name. And then she was like, oh, would you like me to call him out? I was like, yeah, call him out. So she called him on the phone and he came out one of the back doors. And as soon as he walked out the door, I just started rhyming. I didn't even introduce myself. I just started rhyming. And he was like, you got it. You got it. You got it. You don't even got to say no more. So he immediately told me I had the unsigned hype column even before he knew my name or anything. So and then I gave him my demo. You know, the rest is history. The funny thing is, like you said, how much did the unsigned hype column help me and things like that? I was actually on Rikers Island when the column came out. So I had to deal with a lot of rap battles in the bathroom. So that's how much it helped me. You know, people like, yo, the guy from the unsigned hype is in here. So and then next thing you know, I got a crowd waiting for me in the bathroom and I got to go at it, you know? It was crazy. But it helped me a lot, man, because to be solidified by the unsigned hype at one point was a big thing. It was almost just as good as getting a record deal because that was the biggest acknowledgement you could get as an unsigned artist, you know, making your way up. So, you know, I definitely appreciated being in there.
Yeah. And how within the industry or with other artists that were coming up at the time, did the way that they treated you or react to was majorly different, or was it similar?
Nah, everybody always treated me the same, whether they knew me or not, you know. That was always the case. You know, I'm in New York, I'm in Brooklyn, you know, I'm already popular in my own rights and things like that. So I don't think anybody ever treated me any other way, you know, if I was known or unknown, because it don't go down like that over there, you know?
Okay. So for me, the first time I was hearing your actual music was the Thirsty Greedy tape.
Mm-hmm.
So
I said the tape.
so what with that, what was kind of the strategy of putting that together?
When I made the Thirsty Greedy tape, at that same time, I had made 5 other tapes: the Spitboxers tape, the Skilligan's Island tape, the Low Life tape, and the Frog Style tape. So, I mean, all those tapes eventually became the Skillionaire album. You know what I mean? But at first, I was breaking it up into groups and segments to push it in different directions, you know, like songs that had similar feels to them, or I was rocking with a specific artist on you know, some of these tapes. So, but I mean, the pushing them tapes really helped me get far, man, because them tapes were really moving. And, you know, this is before the whole CD explosion and all that, as far as manufacturing your stuff on CD. So, but the tapes had a big impact, man. And the tapes were done by accident, man. They were just what we were recording in my house on the 4-track. So as I would record songs, man, I didn't even know what a mix was at the time. I was just recording them, putting them on a tape. I didn't know what a mix down was. I didn't know how to do a mix down. I didn't even know I had to do a mix down. I just know I wanted people to hear the rawness of the music.
Right. Well, how did the strategy then come about to do the different tapes at around the same or at the same time? Because that was very unconventional creatively, I think.
Like I said, the strategy was I just had all this music and I had to get it all out at once, you know? This was all the stuff we was making in my lab. And they were different artists I was working with. Like the Thirsty Greedy tape was me and Master Fool only. You know, the Skilligan's Island tape was the other people who hung out in the lab, you know, that were like the Spit Squad. The Low Life tape was just full of low life rappers, you know, and then the Frog Style tape was all me and my creative, you know, forms and things like that. So that's what really separated and divided these tapes, you know, the kind of things we were bringing and the people involved. But I mean, like I said, I dropped them all at the same time. Every tape dropped at the same time because, you know, that's what I wanted to give it all out at once. And then eventually down the line, that became the Skillionaire album. And I added more songs onto it, things like that.
Gotcha. And with that, when I got that album, the Skillionaire album, I was also interested and intrigued because for an independent album, especially coming from New York, it was very long, which was not standard either. So what creatively or from a executive business standpoint, what made you want to put out so much material on an album like that?
Like the same thing I said about it was just so much stuff. I wanted it all to come out. Like I said, there never was a strategy. There never was a marketing plan. There was just, yo, I got this raw music. It need to be heard. I'm giving them everything. And, you know, every album I followed up had the same amount of songs, you know, damn near 30 songs every time because I'm recording so much and I don't want to sit on this another couple of years. I'm just going to put it out, you know, and that was always my intentions, man. I wanted it to be heard. Wasn't trying to make money, wasn't trying to do any of that. I just wanted to be heard and be respected for what I could do.
Well, the respect thing I always thought was interesting because you also were good at kind of, you know, making fun of yourself or pointing fun at yourself. Like I still live with my mom's, for instance, off Skillionaire. So what, as an artist, rap, as you're well aware, is usually so braggadocio. What made you comfortable kind of like highlighting like, yo, I still live with my mom's?
The truth, man. I'm always comfortable with the truth. So that song was the truth. A lot of my music, as comical as it may be, is true. Like, you know, most of my image and everything about my career and things like that are all based around the truth. Even my most hilarious songs are true. Like some of that stuff, you go back and listen to it, you'll be shocked on how true all of it is. But that's what really it was based around, you know. It was never no shame in living with my moms and things like that. This was stuff, you know, I would have probably still been living with my moms if she was alive. You know, I come from a home of, you know, you enjoy having your family in the same house and things like that. So there was never no shame in that. It was actually one of my mother's favorite songs.